Hello, I'm Ryan Poston, Principal of York Comprehensive High School, and I have some important information this evening about this year's 2020 commencement ceremony for YCHS. YCHS and York School District 1 are excited to offer an in-person graduation ceremony on June the 5th at 10 a.m. here in our YCHS Stadium. While we are excited to be able to honor the class of 2020 in this way, doing so, given the current conditions, will be a challenge. It is a challenge that we gladly accept in order to properly honor our graduating class. However, in order to make this ceremony a success, it will take us all working together. This year, we will have some additional guidelines in order to ensure the safety and health of our graduates, their families, and our faculty. First off, we would like to encourage all graduates and guests to not attend if you have experienced any new symptoms of COVID-19 in the 48 hours prior to graduation, or if you've had any contact with a person with a confirmed case of COVID-19 in the previous 14 days. Graduates and their guests will be allowed to wear a mask if they so choose. Graduates will be provided with a customized mask if they would like to wear one. Guests who wish to wear a mask will need to provide their own. Each graduate will receive 2 tickets. Graduates need to be prepared to attend a drive-through style graduation ticket pickup on June the 1st in front of YCHS between 10 a.m. and 4 p.m. When graduates receive their tickets, tickets will be color-coded. Tickets will either be red, blue, yellow, or green. The color of the ticket will indicate the entrance to the parking lot, which parking lot you should park in, as well as the gate that you will enter the stadium and the section in which you will sit. Seating within sections will be first come, first served, and there will be attendants who will help seat people once they enter. We will also dismiss the stadium by section in order to prevent congregating inside the parking lots. Handicap parking and seating will be available. Handicap parking will be accessible through Pride Circle, and handicap seating is available at the red gate. I would like to remind you that we all must practice social distancing while inside the stadium and parking lots during our graduation. Graduates will be seated on the field, spaced 6 feet apart, and all of our guests' seating will also be 6 feet apart. We've received several questions about graduation attire. For our guests, this year's attire will be business casual. And I would suggest, please, keeping the heat in mind when you choose your attire for this year's graduation. Doing an outside graduation forces us to deal with elements like heat and humidity that we don't typically have to account for when we're graduating inside of the Winthrop Coliseum. For our graduates, the attire will be a little different from normal. Each graduate should plan to wear their graduation cap, gown, and their 2020 tassel. Traditionally, underneath the graduation gowns, our graduates would wear one of 2 things. Either a dress that is not visible underneath the gown, or they would wear black pants, black shoes, a white dress shirt with a tie. While graduates may choose to wear the traditional dress, we will also allow some variances this year in the graduation attire. Due to the heat, if a graduate would prefer to wear their senior t-shirt, that is acceptable. We will also not be specific in terms of the color of pant or shoe that is required for graduates this year, because we don't want parents to have to go out and purchase new attire given the current situation that we're all living through. I would suggest some thinking about what shoes you're going to wear. I would discourage ladies from wearing heels. You're going to be walking on the turf, maybe on the track and across the stage. I would encourage you to wear something that would prevent you from falling or slipping when you're walking across the stage. So please just keep that in mind when you're deciding what shoes you're going to wear for graduation. Also, due to the heat, we are going to allow our guests to bring a water bottle, an unopened sealed water bottle, into the stadium with them. Due to the COVID-19 restrictions, we will not be able to provide water for our graduation guests. For a complete listing of the guidelines and information regarding the 2020 commencement ceremony, I encourage you to visit www.york.k12.sc.us/graduation. This page is a comprehensive site that includes the guidelines for graduations both for our graduates as well as their guests. It will also include the links on which we will be live streaming this year's graduation ceremony. You will also find links to our award ceremonies, our senior celebrations, and much, much more. So again, I encourage you to visit our site www.york.k12.sc.us/graduation. I'm so happy to be able to honor the class of 2020 in this way with this year's graduation ceremony. On behalf of York School District 1, I'd like to thank you in advance for your willingness to comply to this year's guidelines for the well-being of all involved. I hope you have a great evening, a wonderful Memorial Day weekend, and as always, go Cougars.